Marc Marquez looked impressive in Austin, but couldn't match the leaders in Portimao just 2 weeks later. He has now explained how difficult it has been to deal with the recovery from his injury he suffered 2 years ago. I'm your host, Dillon Shelley, and first up on Moto World, Marc Marquez vents frustration on having to swallow pride. Marc began by talking frustration while speaking to DAZN. It's frustrating until you understand it. It was very frustrating at the beginning of the season, and that also made me fall more because I wanted to go more than I could. I quickly realized that when you can't, you can't. It's not because I don't know how to do it, but because I tried to do something that now doesn't work out for me. So, I have to understand the situation I am in and be realistic, and swallow my pride. When you can't, you have to accept it. He then revealed if the discomfort that came after the injury is still there. I get rid of it little by little, but it is still there, because I don't ride how I want to. And my goal, even if I don't get to ride like I used to, is to ride in an acceptable way, feel like myself, fall down and understand why. Now I fall, and it's because I make rookie mistakes. In a separate media debrief, Marc summed up his race weekend in Portimao. I know that everyone expected more from me during the Portuguese Grand Prix, but we are not ready to fight for victory. I gave what I had. I tried to establish my pace, but we ended up 16 seconds behind the winner. I didn't have the speed to recover positions. I was in the fight with Alex Marquez, Pol Espargaro for positions that are not the ones we want to fight for, but that's how it is. Now we want to take a step forward in Jerez. Fast feed. Defending world champion Fabio Quartararo never said that the bike was not working, but it's true that we are missing a lot of top speed. It's true that I impressed myself quite a lot to make almost all the race in the 1:39 39s. We have not made a massive improvement on the bike this year though. We know what is going on. With Aleix Espargaro finishing on the podium, Aprilia are now one more podium away from losing their development concessions. KTM's Brad Binder was trying to break through the race, but unfortunately at one point he lost the front of the bike at turn 10 and crashed. It was my first mistake in a race in a while, but I'm disappointed because I don't think I should have made that mistake. It was silly. I was just going too fast. Things are what they are, and I'm already looking forward to competing in Jerez. Ducati's Pecco Bagnaia stated that it was a good race, but I wasn't expecting a good result. We had a good performance considering I started last. Suzuki's Joan Mir didn't have the option to force the pace at any point in the race. That's the main thing. I was the whole time not gaining an advantage anywhere on the track. I was just surviving. I crashed 10 laps from the end, but if I didn't crash there, I would have crashed somewhere else because the front was at the limit. LCR Honda team boss Lucio Cecchinello thought that the 2023 and 2024 market would start earlier, perhaps already in the winter tests. I think it's a little calm right now. It looks like Fabio Quartararo hasn't decided the future yet. Yamaha hasn't moved yet. Ducati is the only manufacturer with a direction, but has yet to make a final announcement. I believe the market will start to move in a couple of weeks. Which team in MotoGP will set the silly season of the rider market in motion? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of MotoGP.